this computer. All right. So this strategy here is one that I got from Chuck Hughes, 8-time world trading champion. And he does this on a daily time frame or the monthly too. He's looking for up moves or down moves, depending on what the chart is telling him. So the way he has his chart set up is that he uses the EMAs. So the EMAs are the blue one here that I have is the 50 EMA, and the yellow one is the 100 EMA. He also uses what's called the Keltner channel that allows him to see when things are overbought and oversold. Now, the way the strategy works is very simple. If the 50 is above the 100, we're playing to the upside. If the 50 is below the 100, we're playing to the downside. That's it as far as that part is concerned. So once price action, once we're the 50 is above the 100, we're going up. Now, the way the Keltner channel comes in is the Keltner channel is very similar to the Bollinger Bands, whereas if it's reaching the upper portion is overbought, if it's reaching the lower portion is oversold. Now I'm going to put the middle part of the Keltner channel in here as well. I don't have it in here right now. What's the basis? Okay, so the basis, that middle one, that dark blue line, is pretty much like the 20 EMA, if I'm correct, if I remember correctly, and that's the middle point of this here. So the way he has it set up is you want to try to get, seeing that we're going up, right? Because like the 50, I'm going to change that middle line color. I'm going to make that one white as well. That's fine. Okay, so we have the lower bands, the upper bands, and the middle, which is we're going to say is the 20. I believe it is. And when my 50 is above the 100, we're looking to get in close to the lower bands. If it extends past the lower band, even better, because it's going to be a high probability it's going to go back up. So we want to wait, and I've added a couple of other little nuances to it for myself for extra confirmation. And we always like that extra confirmation. But so when it gets into the lower bands, I said, oh, well, let me see how, I love my stochastic and my MACD, right? But I'm not even going to put on a MACD right now, but I'm going to just put on the stochastic, and I want to show y'all what I noticed on top of the fact that these were a simple move, right? So price action comes down, touches our 50 EMA. 50 is above the 100, so we know we're going up. But when I see it come down here, look what also is happening down on my stochastic. We're also oversold in my stochastic. So I've been using that and watching it and seeing how that has been playing out. And I noticed a lot of times when the price action has gone to the lower bands of the Keltner channel, I'm also oversold on my stochastic, which just shows oversold, possibly oversold. But like I said, that for me is an extra confirmation. So what he'll do is he'll only look for, charts that are moving, in that direction where the 50 is above the 100. And when it gets to oversold, he's looking to buy. And he actually buys deep in the money options for the intrinsic value, and he'll buy a month out, 2 months out, or what have you, but he almost makes money instantaneously with these trades because they're at it. One, we're playing with the trend, right? The 50 is above the 100, so we're going up. He's waiting for it to get into the lower part of the Keltner channel underneath the 20. And once it starts to move up, he's in the trade. And it's a high likelihood it's going to push up. Me with the stochastic gives me even more comfortability stating that, okay, cool, we're oversold. There's a high likelihood we're going to start pushing up. And the fact that we're hitting the 50 or the 100 also gives me that good vibe. So these are great, even though we're with the trend, still reversal patterns, where we've been pushing down, and then we get to a level to where basically the retracement, we're catching these retracements. but it gives you the visual. So when I start to see it go down, stochastic, look, this one, 50 is above the 100. We get to the bottom of the Keltner channel, starts to push up, game on, and you can hold it for a couple of days. Now, well, let's see it on the opposite side. I see one right here on the opposite side. So the 50, the blue line here, crossed the 100 to the downside, right? So we just wait. We gotta be patient. You know, this is one of those things where we're not rushing. It gets to the top of the Keltner channel, so we do the opposite. Once it gets to the top of the Keltner channel, we're playing it down, so we buy puts. And this thing went down pretty daggone good, right? So, and then when it got to over here, the EMAs cross back over, so you have to be patient. So for me, I'm like, all right, I can be patient, right? I want to look at a couple of more examples here, because I see, I'm watching it, and I'm like, cool. 50 is above the 100 here. Price gets below the Keltner channels. It goes way below the Keltner channels, but the 50 is still above the 100. So we're looking to still continue to move, take the move up. Once the stochastic crossed over, it was game on. And this was some good money, right? 50, once again, came below the Keltner channel. My stochastic is oversold again. I'm like, okay, let's do it again. And it really works. I was like, I watched his videos, and I actually bought his course too. It was like $150. I said, I'll buy it. I don't care. And he gave me some really good stuff. I said, I like this. So I said, let me see if it works like on SPY, QQQ, and all of that. And lo and behold, it does. So I'm gonna go over the SPY. Any questions so far? I mean, this is stupid
Do,
simple, but
do
yeah.
you use lower time frames also?
No, you don't even have to. I mean, you can if you want to kind of try to pinpoint, where you see maybe we're at an extension here, like on SPY here, right? SPY pushed down, got below, and then if you look to the left, we got support as well. But it got low. If you want to go down to an hourly or a 30-minute and see if you see, a W pattern or something like that happening, you definitely can do that. But you don't have to. Once you see it getting outside of this Keltner channel and the 50 is still above the 100, you're like, all right, I gotta get ready to buy some calls. Maybe you want to wait to see this pivot and then buy the calls. But either way, you're gonna make some money. You're gonna make some money.
And he normally was, I'm assuming since it's swing, you're holding it for like a month. But this is
Yeah,
what, your
and
monthly chart?
yeah, you can look at the monthly chart. I'm on a daily chart.
Oh,
If I'm
this
looking at holding
daily.
for a
Okay.
month, I'm gonna hold on a daily chart.
Okay.
But you don't have to hold it for a month. You can say, hey, look, I'm just trying to get, 20, 30%, 40%. You could do, you could, however you want to do your risk management, you can do that and you take profit. I'm looking at it again right here. And same thing, 50 is above the 100, gets outside the Keltner channel. I'm looking at it, we oversold. I'm like, real cool. So another thing I was doing last night, what I was doing last night was I was also putting on my standard deviation. And then where's my standard? I love how the standard deviation it's up there. Okay. And then I'd go back and see times when it was over outside of the Keltner channel and hit the replay button and said, let me see where we was at on my standard deviation levels. And were they outside of like standard deviation 2 or 3 or close to it? And I was happy to see that a lot of times we were like hit standard deviation 2, which gives us if I'm correct, like an 80 something percent chance that this is going to revert back to the mean. Like, okay, cool. That's what's up. So if I'm seeing the 50 above the 100, as long as the 50 is above the 100, we're going to be playing it up. Now, this is, still a little choppy, but it still worked. And I'm like, okay, well, we can play it back up and make some kind of money. Now, this is what I was like telling JB, he would pretty much love it because when we're so far extended and we're looking for the move up, we can place like a put credit spread right in this area at the money, possibly even in the money a little bit, take more premium. And as this goes away from price action, going back towards the mean, we're collecting that premium, and we can take off the trades earlier if we want to, or what have you. So I like this. Or if you want to be extra careful and do, like how we do Delta 20, Delta 10, Delta 30, where we will collect premium down below with a high probability that this is going to reverse back up based on how far is already extended. And with this strategy, it's almost guaranteed the money. Almost. I can't say every time, but we should make some really good money doing these spreads with this kind of strategy. And you don't have to. So now, of course, I'm looking at it on the hourly time frame and seeing how well it works on the hourly time frame. Does it work? And I'm going to show you. I have the extended hours on here, but the 50 was below the 100 here. Price got to the Keltner channel top, also overbought. So this would have been a nice place to take some puts, even though this is overnight, right? This ended up going down today. I mean, on Friday. And I was like, wow, oh, cool. But even on the futures, with JB doing futures spreads, this would have been real cool on the ES.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. Even in just seeing this and looking at just the two EMA strategy like this, I'm working on something similar with the 400 and the 72 right now. And you know how we start looking at these trends and you see those big green candles, but like you mentioned, because the 50 didn't cross over the 100 yet, I would still be looking right now. I would still be looking for the downside, even though those are some powerful candles.
Right.
That'd be a great entry. So, yeah, I like where you're going with this.
Yeah, I'm still playing with it, and seeing, but I just, when you notice something happens over and over and over again, yeah, I know how we see patterns and we see trends, but coming from someone who's been doing this for like 30, 40 years, and they got it, and they've won so much, I said, well, you might as well want to listen a little bit and see what they got going on. And I said, this is very simple. I like it. And I said, well, let me see, and then at times I've seen it work on the 2-minute time frame as well, so I'm like, oh, okay. So I guess I'm still just playing with it over like the last month, and I said, all right, I might have to start like trading it. So even on the 2-minute, right? Let's look on SPY. Let's look on SPY on the 2-minute on Friday, yesterday, right? So our 50, the blue line here, is below the 100. And so what are we looking for? Downside. Now look what happens when it hits the 20. Now we can still play my strategy, right? Get some green candles close to the 20, take them down for them puts. Tell me you couldn't make 20%, 30% on this move down here, right? Or wait for it to get to the top of the Keltner channel and hit the 100, overbought. 50s below the 100. Could we have took some puts? Sure enough, can. Did it work over here as well? We're in the upper portion here, overbought. Take some puts. Did it work right here at 3 o'clock in the afternoon? And on top of that, we're outside of my standard deviation. I want to let me see how much we were outside of my standard deviation there. So this is what I love. We're at the top of my standard deviation of the standard deviation 2. We're outside the Keltner channel. We're overbought. To me, nice place to possibly take some puts. 50 is still below the 100, even though it's sloping up now. This is the trade is to take it down. And sure enough, it went up a little bit. Here we go.
For braces.
Man, Steve, this is so crazy, man. I was just looking at the same exact thing, to try to make trading simpler for, especially for the ones of us who are working at the same time.
Right.
How do you best determine what the trend is, and like just in what you're seeing, and then using the Stoke to say like, okay, we still downside, and then
Mhm.
it's overbought. We taking it like it's a 1, 2, 3 type play
Exactly.
versus you trying to look at every candle. What type of candle is this? Where is it going? You know, all of this type of stuff. This is cool, and it does work on multiple time frames. You just got to figure out which one you like more. But yeah, this is
Right.
great.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna go to the 5 minute and see how it works on the five. Like me looking at it on the lower time frame. I mean, I was seeing it, during the week, but I haven't been going like deep into it heavy. So I said I'm gonna go into it today, and then but it's a real simple strategy. What's going on in my 5 minute? Oh, let me take off the replay. That's what it was. Okay. The 5 minute things just took a little bit longer. The 2 minute, it was reacting faster, but even here, overboard. So, and then another thing I was thinking, I was like, well, all right, the Keltner channel is cool, but if I could just do the 50 and the 100 and catch it with my Stoke, how often would it hit where my Stoke was overboard? If so, all I got to do is say, all right, we 50 is below the 100. Okay, so let's just
Mhm.
catch it every time the stochastic gets overboard. Boom, boom,
Yes,
boom. Like, do I
yes,
really need the Keltner channel? The Keltner channel is dope too. Don't get me wrong, but I'm like, if 50 is below the 100 and I can just catch the Stoke every time, I should be able to make some. I should be able to make some money. And I'm looking
I
at it, and I'm like, 9 out of 10 times I'm making bread.
I agree, man. I agree.
I said, well, oh, say less, right? Or
Mhm.
so I'm like, okay, okay, okay. So yeah, I'm looking at it and let's look at the 15 minute. And I'm gonna take over, I'm gonna take everything
Because
off.
I mean, this also stops us from catching falling knives, right?
Right.
We trying to catch the bottom, and we try to catch it about 3 times, and then get wicked out. If you just say, the 50 under 100, I'm only looking downside.
Yeah. You're better off overall.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking at this on all the time frames and I'm like, cool. And then I'm like, let me
Yep,
go.
that sound pretty much similar to like how I take my trades.
Mhm.
How I say if I'm under my 200 and everything, and under my 200 and the 50%, I'm bearish. And
Right.
then when it gets above or makes its way towards it, I'm bullish. So it's pretty much the same concept.
Mhm.
So I like it.
Yeah, let me take off. Let me see how well it works with the regular trading hours. Same shit on the
That's all you need.
That's
Mhm.
yeah, I like it. I'm really liking it, man. I'm really liking it. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it as I go through. And I was like, look, stochastic MACD cross, not the MACD, the 50 cross above the 100. Cool. We golden.
Did it cross?
Oversold. So right here, I'm looking at it right here. It crossed up, which was beautiful. This was Tuesday. This was
Mhm.
Tuesday this is the 15 minute. So imagine catching any of this
Yeah.
anytime oversold
Hey,
pop.
Steve,
Hey, Javi, what's up?
you hear me, Steve?
Yes, sir.
Hey, just looking at that cross and everything, even if you missed the entry, you can still play green, take out red.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. Now it makes you more comfortable in your direction, right? So, I still like, me, I like my 617, but when I get this 50 crossing over the 100, that's even more powerful. That's saying that on the bigger time frames,
A bigger move.
we're moving in this direction, which incorporates SJ's whole vibe as well.
Yeah.
It's just like if you miss the actual crosses, you can still play the stochastic oversold situation and get into that trade and should make some money.
Right.
And for you, getting out, like what would determine you getting out? Is it coming back to the line
And that was one of those things. I think he got out when the 50 crossed back over the 100.
when it crosses back over? Okay.
Right. But your stop, I mean, your take profits and stuff, I like to make that more personal for everybody. Do your thing. I want to make sure
Hmm.
you're making money. Where you get out, whether you want to say, okay, this is a previous resistance, or I want to take a certain amount of ticks or a certain amount of percentage. If it gets there, I want to ride it and do trailing stops. Everybody has different exit strategies. So I don't want to really lock
Yeah.
in, this is the time you get out. You do what you want. I want to make sure I help you get in and show you the strategy, and then you can kind of evolve it to where you can work around it with your own trading plan.
Yeah. The reason why I asked that is that I think taking profit is very important too, because a lot of people know how to get in, stay in the trade, but
Yeah.
they don't know how to get out, or they don't notice the signs of, hey, it's time to get out.
Right,
And
right.
so I think a lot of people mess up with their trading also with that.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And you can, if you want to like play with the stochastic and say, okay, I'll get out when the stochastic gets to overbought because high likely it's going to turn around. You can do that as well. That's an option. Get in at the stochastic once the stochastic is oversold and play with it until it gets to overbought. Because you're already in the trend, so for most likelihood we're going to be pushing up. Then you can say, okay, got to overbought. I made some money from here to here, so I'm cool. I'm gonna hold. I'm just going to chill. As far as stop loss, I really haven't played with the stop losses as of yet on where I would stop out at. The Keltner channel, if it goes to I forget how he said. Oh, he takes like a 20% stop loss. That's right. 20 to 30% stop loss, which he never he wins like 90 something percent of his trades. So, and this is over 30 years. So I'm just looking at SPY now. Imagine catching this one right here at the 100 oversold outside the Keltner channel and being able to ride this on a 15-minute chart. This was Thursday at 1 o'clock, mind you. So this is the day before yesterday. Imagine getting to catch that one right out there. You catch some SJ vibes right here. Well over, and then you can do a 0 DTE, well over 100, 200%.
It almost seemed too simple.
It almost seemed too simple. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying it's damn cool. So yeah, this is something that y'all can play with on so you need the 50, the 100, and the Keltner channel. I like to have the stochastic on. You don't necessarily need it, for this particular strategy, but I find it to be helpful. Give me an extra set of confirmation. If you want to throw your MACD on and said, hey, do I come on? So 532.5. Yeah, if you want to say, hey, I like it, and I just want to wait for the MACD cross, you can do a lot of different things. Because I like to use the stochastic and MACD in unison to catch the momentum. But I do like this. I do like this for spreads. I do like it for that long-term vibes that he's talking about on a daily, which I'm going to go into next. I do like it for even possibly, day trading. So you
So the
guys,
Keltner channels is kind of like the Clouds or Bollingers.
yeah, like the Bollinger
Okay.
Bands. Yeah.
hmm
So yeah, man. So I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. So I just wanted to share that with you.
And have you noted, have you checked to see how many times per day we get the crosses, or
It depends on what time frame you want. Of course, the bigger the time frame, the less he's going to cross. But like let's
just to see how many moves you have per day, or once it,
yeah, and I'm of course it'd be great if it's trending, right? This is beautiful if it's trending. You don't really want it crossing back and forth all day, especially these
But
two.
no, yeah, but a major big moves,
Yeah. And it may last. Look, it may last the whole day. Like this one happened on Wednesday. This 50 stayed. The 50 still under the 100 2 days later.
Mm-hmm.
So now all you had to do is wait on this 5 minute. Just wait for it to get to the top.
Let's see.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you. So yeah,
Steve.
yes, ma'am.
Oh, can put SPX on there.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, let's do it. I told you this. I'm here with y'all, man. Let's get it. What time frame you want?
Put it on the 5.
This is the 5 right here.
Okay.
And we'll
Let me
take
see how
everything else off, just
SPX
the
is looking
chart.
with it. Okay. Okay.
outside. I see one time really outside the Keltner channel, and he said,
Mhm.
it could be in the top portion above the 20, and whatever else you can see that says, okay, well, I'm going to wait because this should come down
I want to ask you something. Is that a triple bottom?
right now. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's trying
Mhm.
to be.
Hmm.
It's trying to be.
Okay.
And looking at that, as a possible triple bottom, I would be looking at a bigger time frame to see if like my 15-minute, 30-minute is oversold. And if it's oversold, then I would be looking at this as a possible reversal.
Mhm.
If it was, because I was like, oh, it might be trying to create this base to move up. Because these is one of the clues that on the lower time frames that the higher time frame would give you, that saying that, hey, it's about that time we turn back around. If that's what it's going
But
to
I
be.
don't know because look at it. It looked like it's going up to the top and then just continuing on down.
And right, and it can. That's why
To make an M pattern.
That's why I was
Yeah.
looking at I would look at the bigger time frame as well to see what the bigger
Yeah.
time frame is doing. Are we at a support level, or is it just like a
Mhm.
pause before the next leg down?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna play with it tomorrow.
Yeah,
Because they're far away. It's wide apart.
mm-hmm.
It doesn't look like it's getting ready to cross yet
Right.
to the
Mhm.
upside.
Right. So
Yep.
in this, and even though I see it as well, I still have to say, well, look, the 50 is below the 100, so I'm going to chill.
Mhm.
I'm staying
Right.
Yeah.
downside, because
Mhm.
I see it, and that's one of the things that I have trouble with. I see shit too much. I see things. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
look at
I
this.
feel you.
Could be this, and then I'll take the risk. But I'm like, bruh, we're going down. Let's go down.
Yeah.
Wait for your EMAs to cross. Like you see it, and that's a
Cross.
good thing that you see it, and you could be right, and you could catch the bottom.
Yeah.
What if it's just a pause before
Yeah.
the next
Because
big drop?
because look at the top up left. Look what it was doing. Like it was creating a base, and it went just up just to come down.
Just to come
Yeah.
down.
Yep.
Go up
Exactly.
a little.
Right here.
Look, no, go up a little bit more. Yeah, right
Even
there.
more?
Look what it,
Oh, yeah, right here, right?
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
So yeah, these things can happen. So right now, I'm gonna keep it to the downside because the 50 is below the 100. And when the 50 cross over, then I'm gonna like, all right, say less. And like I said, when I turn on my 6 and 17, I'm just gonna keep rocking with that as well, as far as my red green candle into the close to the EMAs to the downside.
Hey, Steve. Now, one thing I would probably suggest kind of adding in to the indicators.
Yeah.
Test it out with just the regular RSI. The way that Jay does it with the 5 EMA being the source,
Okay, let's do it.
and then see how. So, put your MACD, your Stoke RSI, and then put that RSI at the bottom as well.
I'm just gonna put the regular RSI on there, and
Oh, I'm saying do both. I do them. I put the Stoke and the RSI together because they don't always follow each other.
okay. So let me throw the RSI on here,
Me too. That's the same thing I do.
and then we're gonna change it close to the
To the
10.
5 EMA,
Yeah,
whichever one
mine
is
is
the
the
bottom.
6, but yeah, I'm gonna do same thing. Why is it not showing up? Oh, because my EMA is not on the damn board. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. And then you said the Stoke RSI too?
Yep, your normal Stoke. How you doing? All right.
Why is it not showing the hell up? Let's do it over. Indicators, relative strength index. There we go. Change the source to just close. 21. That there.
Mhm.
Okay, there we go.
And when they both double up, because they might be like one might be oversold, one might be overbought, like on the
Right.
Stoke, but the regular RSI might not be. But when they both team up,
Yep.
you really get some good action.
Get some
So
good action. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it, and you are absolutely right, man. Whew. So major, and this is the 5-minute on SPX.
Yeah, so definitely, I mean, you can still keep your MACD, but I mean, why are you testing it if you want to? It'd be something to
Mm-mm.
consider.
No, I love it. You know what's funny? The way that, and I'll be telling SJ, I said the way he sets up his RSI is actually dope because it mimics the combination I have with my Stoke RSI and my MACD at the same time. I
Mhm.
get the divergences from the MACD on here, and then I still get
Mhm.
overbought and oversold situations from the Stoke RSI. So it's like
Mhm.
the way he sets it up. I'm using, because I like to use, I like to use both in combination. I said, you did everything in one. So, but like you said,
Mhm.
by doing this with the Stoke RSI, this is giving some real nice situations. And then now we have, our direction. This was a big move. Like this was
Yep. Mhm.
this
Yep.
one was a
And
big
that's
move.
an easy fake out. That's an easy fake out because you see all these green candles coming up, like, oh, we about to cross. And
Mm-hmm.
like, nah, nope.
Watch out now.
And so
Watch out now. And then now look. We cannot forget about price action, right? We like to use indicators and all that good stuff, but let's take a look at why it also reversed right there.
mhm.
Look to the left. Look to the left. You see what I'm saying? So we had, this was a previous support.
Can you squeeze it in some more so we can see the last time it was this low?
Oh, yeah. And then we look and see, it's funny as all get up. I wanna, as you said that, I'm looking at this area right here, and I want to throw a box around this consolidation before it moved up,
I would,
right? So watch
I
this.
would hope we get the bounce.
And it's possible, very possible.
Mhm.
And I've
Anything.
seen like you talking about like with that level right there, when regular RSI at the bottom is overbought and in the green section, and then your Stoke is oversold, like that's really nice continuation.
Right, I see, yeah. I'm looking at that. This could be it could be a bounce or it could drop low. We could see. But I like that consolidation because this was a big area before the big move up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably why it's acting like this right now to decide what it wants to
Trying
do.
to see if we're going to be the support at this level or we don't agree at that price and we go lower.
Right. So now let me look at, so now y'all got me looking at a bigger time frame. Oh, sugar honey iced tea.
See,
Okay.
so like let's look at that at price action right now, because the Stoke is where it's at. I don't think this thing is ready to reverse.
Right.
To go side because of where the Stoke is at.
Because of where the Stoke is at, that kind of. But you know what's funny? At the same time, you're right. I'm right there with you. But these be playing tricks on you sometime too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the Stoke will do that, and it'll play right here, and then it'll push up, and then price will
Mm-hmm.
push up too. Look where your RSI is at, though.
Hey,
You see where that RSI is at?
Yeah, but
It's
I would wait for the Stoke to come back down.
yeah.
Like,
If it does,
don't
yeah.
even get in early. I would say you get
No,
early
no,
at
no,
this.
no. I'm with you. But now looking at it, right? I'm waiting for the start, the same thing. I'm waiting for it to come back down. I'm waiting to see more though, right? Because I'm thinking we may consolidate right here. If this is going to be a push back up for a retracement, then I'm waiting to see some more information. I'm gonna wait for this to start making this move back up. I'm gonna wait for them lower EMAs to start, because this is a 30-minute chart. I'm gonna wait for them EMAs to start crossing on the lower time frame. I want to see this thing start to give some real push to the upside on the lower time frames, because it might play right around here for a little bit, because I'm gonna treat this like my 617 cross, right? My 617 cross, it pushes down, then it pulls back up. That's 50 and a 100 just crossed down. So I'm gonna look for a pullback towards it. And
Yep.
we still
It's
haven't
a
had
fresh
it yet.
pullback.
Yeah,
I mean, it's fresh cross.
this is a fresh cross to the downside. So I'm looking to see if we're gonna get that pullback. Guess what? to the top of the Keltner channel would be nice, right? and then that next drop down. But we can play it on the retracement on the lower time frames, because the lower time frames, when this start pushing up, those lower time frames are going to be looking really bullish.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you're gonna have that cross. You're gonna already have that cross when the 30-minute
Yeah.
really starts to turn out, the 3-minute and that type of stuff. You're gonna be upside for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can,
And I
this is-
mentioned that. Oh, sorry. Now I was
Go
gonna
ahead.
say I mentioned that yesterday that we're gonna get a pull. I'm looking for a pullback to go up on the daily candle. Not saying that's gonna hold above it, but it's gonna go up and to push it further down.
Right.
It needs that
And-
pullback. And your R size already pinned. It needs it. It need a cool.
Yeah. I ain't
Does
going.
it matter for you when the little gray thing is peak look like it wants to cross is pointing down? Does that mean anything?
Which great thing? What you talking about?
The one that's by the blue line.
Up here?
No, light blue. The light blue.
Oh.
You see
Oh.
how it's pointing down? Does
It's-
that mean anything?
It could open. It could be starting to come down some more. I mean, everything is kind of looking like it wants to push down.
Yeah, 'cause it looks like it's trying to cross and it's pointing down.
Right.
It's
There's a little.
curling down.
It's curling down because it's going with the momentum. Like this is, the last couple of days we would just push up. I was saying that this thing is. I thought I was going crazy, y'all. I promise y'all, I thought I was going crazy because I've been calling this thing down for a little while, and this thing just went damn well pushed down. And I was like, I'm losing my touch.
Mm,
But then guess what happened?
it dropped.
Boop, boop.
You and Jeff.
Yeah, me, Jeff, and Chloe. And 'cause we was
Mhm.
looking at when we talked about it last week, we was talking about how it was on NQ though. NQ on a weekly. Let me see it. Let me just put NQ right here. I'll change it back to SPX. NQ on the weekly. It gave us that doji. This is what we was looking at. I'm gonna take off all my drawings because I'm gonna redo my chart. But it was outside outside the Keltner channel, and then it was also close. Was it outside? No, it was close to my standard deviation, and we was
Yeah.
overbought. I was like,
That
yo,
red candle looks scary, bro. It
that
looked like
which one?
that other time frame, the front frame you was just on.
Oh, the daily on the spot on SPX. This red candle here.
Yeah, that's definitely looking like more downside.
Oh yes, it's scary, but guess what? We have to look to the left, right? We're coming into hella support right here. You see this block
Mhm.
right here?
Yeah,
It
gotta break that.
it got to break this whole box, and it's not going to be easy. If it is, then shit, I'm just be wrong. I'm always okay being wrong, but I just know from past experience, once it gets into this areas of consolidation, and I was actually looking for a pullback after this big red candle. I said we're gonna retrace some of that and probably push up again, but it told me hell no, sucker. We're gonna go down past that 20.
Yeah.
And try to fill it's trying to fill all those fair value gaps that we had, and that's one another thing that we
Mhm.
saw. All these fair value gaps. I was like, yo, they're trying to come back and fill all of that before if it's going to make a next move up. And this is one of those where I got kind of smoked. I took SPY up because I was like, yo, red candle, next one gonna be green on the 20 on my 17. Yeah, it said now we got some more downside to go, but I'm actually still gonna be looking up. Either it's gonna come down some more, and it could for another day into this box, or it can kind of trick us and then start to push up a little bit now. And I don't know which way it's going to go, but I'll take the risk again, depending on what the lower time frames are showing me. And look, so wow, hold up, say less.
What
Okay,
happened?
wait. So let's go to the strategy, right? Let's go to the strategy at hand. So this is the hourly now. Now we just looked at the daily, right?
Mhm.
And we seen downside. Now let's not forget that overall this is a bullish trend, right? this could just be a retracement, or it could, start to try to make a move down. But right where we are right now on the daily, when we go down to the hourly, I'm gonna turn off my standard deviation. We have the block, that's fine. I'm gonna take all that off. Right. Now I'm gonna ask y'all a question. Is the 50 above the 100?
And it ain't crossed yet. It ain't crossed.
It ain't crossed. It's still above the 100. Are we outside the Keltner channel?
Yes, slightly. We're trying to get across. We're on the line.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We've been riding that. We've been riding that down.
Yeah.
Right. But that's what we're looking for. Is it stochastic oversold? Could be, momentum. Got to come up sometime. Also look at our RSI. So
Yep, it's
like you said,
pinned.
you're looking for you, and I heard you say, Leo, that you're looking to go back into the previous candle song. So
No, to go into my moving average. So you're blue on the lower time frame to go up and touch and part to cool down and to come back down.
Right, but it's gonna go up first, right?
Yeah, it's gonna go up first.
So this is what's telling me that it's possibly gonna go up first. This is the strategy happening right now, and I want to see if it's gonna go up on Monday now.
Yeah.
Man, forget that. It's going up on Sunday. Sunday night.
Yeah,
Taking it up.
That's true too. That's true.
But let me also say, the other reason is that your cross on the 30-minute is new. So normally what I notice with crosses, you do have a retracement before it takes off. So because that cross is new, like a fresh cross, we got to pull up to come and get the volume to push down.
Exactly. So either way we look at it, we're looking for.
But I don't know how far up.
We don't know how far up, but according to this, because we still have to take into account that we're still above the 50, still above the 100, but we see that mother sucker curling down. We see it curling down, like it hasn't crossed yet, but it's trying to come. But in the meantime, in between time, it's still below it. So I'm looking for a push up. Could I be wrong? Absolutely, I could be wrong.
It's been a long while since that 50 crossed that 100.
It's been a lot, man. Look at the man. This is an hourly.
Gonna be juicy, Lord. Let me be in it. Don't leave me.
May 7th. We're in July 20th. So this is May 7th. This thing been crossed to the upside. And if you just played that cross and held it imagine you held this on the hourly for 2-3 weeks, a month. This thing went, every time.
Yeah,
this is why this guy be winning all the damn time.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you get them big, those crosses to be holding.
Like your RSI is at a 14. It's well below the 20.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's
how low is it? Is it 14 on your RSI?
11, 12.
That's 12.
The purple line, that purple line is at 12.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's down.
What does it normally do in that area for RSI when it gets that low? Is it immediate bounce? Does it stay there?
I wouldn't say it.
Look at the one before it. Look at what happened. The one before it. V-shape.
It depends on volume.
Volume.
Our lagging indicator, so you can't project until after the volume happens. So
as I'm looking back,
do you do this?
The Stoke. Look at the Stoke.
And the Stoke, they
looking for other confirmations, really.
Yeah. And I like this confirmation that for me right now, everything is telling me that it wants to do a retracement, right? I mean, we look at it now. If we look at price action right now, right? Overall, we're still in the uptrend, but we have broken the last higher low, right? So we've created a high, a lower high. Now we have a lower low. So we're looking for that next lower high to continue this new downtrend, right? So overall, I see it as a downtrend, but I'm going to play this pullback because it's happening right now on the hourly. I'm going to play it. you don't have to play it because we're starting a new downtrend. And like that box I was talking about, this is consolidation right here. It could kind of play down here. I'm gonna wait until it shows me it's pulling up, and then before I start to take that move back up, I'm not gonna jump in it now. But I definitely see this consolidation right here that it could come down and play into before it pushes up, or it'll push up and then come back down and try to break it to go and continue this new downtrend. Because if we throw trend lines on here, right? We've broken this trend line,
Mm-hmm.
right? And this one's shitting me. Shitting me. Hold on now. Let me see something. Watch this. Hold on. Wait. I'm up through a bigger one. Look where we at right now. Oh shit.
And look at what happened at June 1st when it was looking like it was gonna get ready to cross down, and how it didn't cross down. It bounced. Boom! It continued up. See that?
Mhm.
It looked like look at
They
just
have in your
before
truck.
June.
Is that telling you over here?
That's
I'll sit back to your dad. You too, thank you. People are right.
I'm sorry, JB. I muted you by accident. I got Charmin.
That's all good.
But a lot of little nuances are telling me this is a nice trend line, right? From April 22nd. Trend line hit, bounced right here, which made me draw that line. Then look, it bounced right here on May 31st. It's coming to it so closely. And this is a big trend line. I want to
And
see
like you said earlier, Steve, I still ain't figured out a stop loss with this strategy either yet. Because it's like we all sitting here like we see this cross, but we see the indicators telling us it might go up. But how long is it gonna go up, and how much should I
risk.
how close should I be to it? Because the last time it happened, you see that last dip, go back to that last dip, the touch of the line. Right there. Yep. You see it was about to cross. It looked like, oh yeah, we going down.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just never came back.
Nope.
So it's like, is this gonna be the same thing, or is it actually gonna cross? So I ain't figured out my stop yet.
We don't know. You're right. You're absolutely right. And look, and I say how it broke the trend line here. It broke the trend line here too, and then it got there, and then it took off. It said, "Pew! I'm gone." At the end of the day, we're bullish because the 50 is above the 100, right?
Yep.
Until it crosses. Now, listen, we're playing this based on that, and we can do when you enter, you can make the stop loss the low if this becomes the low. Right? But we have to make sure it pivots hard. Like we got to pivot right now. It's pivoted, right? But this could be consolidation for the next move down to maybe even to the trend line. But when I see that hard pivot, I'll take it up and I'll put my stop below that and let it do what it do.
Sunday night, I like to go upside anyways. Most of the time, my percentages is upside.
So this is all good for you.
Don't be surprised. If the minute 6:15 hit, I'm in.
Yo, and then JB, put credit spreads.
Hey, I'm thinking about it. I've been staying away from it because I've been doing the compound challenge.
Right.
It's hard to do multiple things, but
right. No, I know, I get it. But this for me is one of those. Just looking at this on the hourly, I'm like, unless this thing gaps down and turns everything that we're talking about into trash, I said a put credit spread right now would be nice. It would have been nice to see this like on Friday afternoon and be like, oh, all right, I'm gonna put a put credit spread, maybe even like a delta 30, delta 20, and see what happens, because that'll put us down here, right? And go a week out. That'll put us down here underneath all this consolidation. So that means price action has to break with force to continue to go down to touch us on the spread. That's easy money, man. That ain't coming down here. If I'm wrong, I'll be wrong on that one. You feel me? But this is based on the strategy that we just learned. And then now we got extra confirmation telling us, yeah. Let me throw on my standard deviation. Oh my God. So y'all see where it's at on my standard deviation? This is standard deviation 2. Let me go to 3. Oh my gosh. This is a 90-something% chance it's going to reverse back to the mean. Say less. So that's one, right? So that's one. So now let's go into how I'll be finding them and what I've done to create the screeners for it. What time is it? This 12:37. I've been on here for an hour already. I ain't mean to, but let's get it. Y'all good? Y'all happy right now? Y'all straight? Y'all in a good place?
We good.
Okay.
Trying to make that money.
Nah, this
Gotta
is
get it.
cool. So I see this. Yeah, we can definitely. I'm definitely looking for a retracement now. This is shoot. This is telling me all kinds of signs that it wants to push up from right here,
Hey,
right
Steve,
around here. Hey,
so I saw Bruce Brown post something.
what
He
my
said,
man Bruce Brown? Bruce, what you talk about?
he said, I've lost too much money trying to predict a reversal.
Then
So,
don't.
but here's been my thought about this, right? This technically isn't a reversal because the trend is still upside
Yes.
because the EMAs haven't crossed yet. Would you say if we're going to play this strategy, that's how you would think about it too, that this isn't a reversal, this is just a retracement?
It is a deep retracement. Yep. That's how I'm going to look at it until it shows me otherwise. So, yeah. So, and I know, the retracements is look like a reversal on the lower time frames. It's going to, because if you look at it, if we took the same SPX trade, right, we know that this is a bullish trend, right? And this could be a retracement, a good size retracement, right? If you look at it on the daily, right, that's exactly what it looks like. It looks like a retracement and an uptrend. Right. And that's what we're going by, the bigger time frames. But if you go to the 2-minute, it's bearish. If you look from left to right, it's going down. Right. So that triple bottom that we saw and all that stuff may actually be valid based on what we're seeing on the hourly being outside. Let me see what 30-minute telling me. 30-minute is at the bottom of the joint too, of the standard deviation. I want to see how it plays out. We're gonna watch this. So just to let y'all know, Steve said we're gonna pull up a little bit on Monday. We're gonna pull up on Monday, Sunday night into Monday. Sunday, I really and truly hope it don't make a big move Sunday night in futures. I hope it does consolidate throughout the whole night, so that Monday it could bust a move to the upside and give us some nice plays to the upside to retrace some of that daily candle. Because we gotta look at the fact that we just had 2 big red candles. Right?
Sure did.
I want to see us, and we got a fair value gap up here.
Ooh, question.
Yes.
Your 3 soldier candles.
That would so indicate that's 3 red crows, 3 black crows or whatever. That's
Yeah,
not,
whatever.
that's more downside, right?
Right. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, okay.
Why you gonna tell me that? Why you gonna tell me that? See, I ain't, when you start talking about that kind of stuff, what happens?
No.
I ain't messing with you. I ain't messing with you, sis.
I got a question.
Hey, is that SJ?
Yeah.
SJ got a question.
My God.
After every 3 green soldier are the red soldiers, there's always a pullback before continuation.
Uh-huh.
Make me feel good. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I want to hear.
But on your day, are you still on the daily? Would you consider the little one the third one, or would you expect them to make another?
No, that's one. I would say that was one of them. They 3
You
in a row.
consider that one? Okay.
3 in a row. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna be looking for that pullback. And then I just went to the 4-hour. Look where we at on the 4-hour.
We right there on it.
We right there on it. And we outside.
But it's on top.
And look, and we just got I was gonna say 617. That's a 6. Yeah, that is on 617. That's a 20 in it. So you know what I'm looking for, that pullback.
Yeah. Because I mean, based on where the regular RSI is right now, it don't seem like we ready to make all-time highs. So, because it looked like we still got more room to the downside based on what the regular RSI look like right now.
On that 4-hour right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But on the hourly, that RSI is all the way down. And they're looking Looking for some pullback, baby. I just want some pullback. I ain't saying we looking to go shoot to the moon. I just need
Right.
some pullback. I need to see what's going on right now and how I can take advantage of it right now.
Right now.
Right now,
Yeah.
right now. SJ,
Mhm.
you concur with what we talking about, brother? Because
Yeah.
look, that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, because SJ's been rocking with the Keltner channel a little bit too. You've been liking it, right, SJ?
I actually turned it off, but I had it's on my chart, but it's turned off.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so between that, I turned that and the VWAP on and off.
Yeah, just to see where it's at, basically, just to
Yeah.
see where you at with it. But that helps. It helps. So, adding these little innuendos, I ain't a fan of having a million indicators on my chart, but I ain't gonna lie, when these things start to line up, it's really, really cool. While I'm on here, let's go through that screener because I'm gonna show y'all. I found a couple things. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave the RSI in Stoke as well because what I did, this what I did is you see what I got? Chuck Hughes sells, and I also created Chuck Hughes buys. So if you guys want this, I'm gonna open it up. So the buys, I got 96 matches, and I'm gonna show y'all. So the filter, right, is I still keep my average volume because we're doing options now, right? On this with this screener. At 90 days, average 90 days, 1 million at least volume per day. My stochastic, I want that stochastic below the 20 to give us a good vibe of it being oversold, right? I still want my average true range to be at least 2. So I want these stocks to move at least $2 a day so that, we're really looking good on our options. And then I put the 50 moving average above the 100. So I created that. It's very simple. Called it my Chuck Hughes buy signals. And just the opposite, only thing I change is the 50 below the 100 and the stochastic above. Let me just show y'all. I can just show you. Let me just show y'all. Move this out of my way. My Chuck Hughes cells, right? And there's 32 of those. The filter is stochastic is above the 80, right? And my exponential moving average, the 50 is below the 100. So I said, I thought about it. I said, let me see if I can create the filter for it. And then that way I can go look for stuff on the daily that's given that where I can take some plays to the upside or to the downside if it has all my criteria, right? So let's go through some of those and see what we get. So seeing that we're still going to the upside, let's do the Chuck Hughes buys first. And for me, all right, so Apple is one of them. Let me see if Apple fits my criteria. And we're going on the daily chart. Apple does not fit my criteria as of yet, right? So the 50 is definitely above the 100. Now, the funny part is, if you wanted to, you probably could take Apple up a little bit. If you wanted to, it's still strong. The RSI is strong, so it'll get up. But I don't know if it's going to come down, but I want to see it at the bottom of my Keltner channel. And I think I can have the Keltner channel as a filter too. I'll play with that, but let's just go through some of these. And Adobe is not ready yet because I want to see it oversold at the bottom of the Keltner channel. The 50 just crossed over to the upside on Adobe. And at the same time, I would like to see it in my I want to see that stochastic oversold and it at like the bottom of my standard deviation. So I'm just scrolling through these and seeing which ones make sense, right? So it's 98, 96, but because you know what you're looking for, then you don't have to be sitting here forever. You can actually scroll through it, and because I know exactly what I'm looking for, this one ain't ready yet either. It's getting close to my standard deviation, but it ain't ready yet. But I found a few that was just about ready, like this one. Now, this is all, everything's pointing down. So Stochastic is just getting oversold. So this ain't 100% ready yet, but it's getting there. So this is definitely going on my list because I think this one is AGQ. Now, of course, I still have to go to my option chain, see if it makes sense on the option chain or what have you. But This can possibly go down some more, but I'm looking for it to get to nice oversold outside. As long as the 50 stay above the 100, I'll buy it back up. And this may end up breaking this downtrend. It might end up being like a micro trend back up. So this one will go on my list. AGQ. That's a ProShares Ultra Silver. So let's see if we got any AMAT. I think AMAT was one of them. So AMAT is just about ready to go back up. 50s above the 100. So this is everything I'm looking for. Stochastic is oversold. We're outside the linear, the Keltner channel. It's almost a previous, see all this consolidation here before the move, it moved down, then it broke up, but it's a lot of resistance right here. So this may end up holding, this area may end up holding as support. And I'm gonna watch it to see if it starts to work itself back up. So AMAT is on my list. AMD is not ready just yet. Oh, it's almost ready though. I like AMD right here. I got areas, I got lines up on AMD. This 50 still above the 100. Now 6 and 17 just crossed to the downside, but we're gonna see. We're looking possibly to have a retracement back up soon. But I would love to see it down here in my standard deviation. But so I ain't gonna touch it yet, but it's getting there. Amazon looks just about ready. The 50 is still above the 100. Stochastic is oversold. I want to see if this is going to bounce off this 100 and push back up. Ain't that not ready? Nope. ANF is getting ready. This one look like it may be getting ready. But we'll see. I'll put that on my list as well. APP. No, because I want to see that at the bottom of that Keltner channel. No. So all these things can be oversold, like this one, Kava. Kava might be ready. It might be ready. Now, the only thing is I'm seeing 6 cross the 50, but we're outside the Keltner channel. The 50 is above the 100. I'll take the chance because the lower EMAs can cross right back up if this starts to push back up. But I'll wait for my entry. Now you can, if you wanted to get it down here, you're more than welcome to it. Could it go down some more? Absolutely. But I think we're almost ready for it. I'll wait for a lower time frame EMA cross to the upside. But I'm looking at it as an overall, okay, this is going to be a possible up play real soon. 50 still above the 100 headed. We are earnings on CDNS. So y'all know I don't play earnings, but if I was up on the trade, maybe. This one, CEG, look like it's ready. I like that candle right here too. Nope, not ready. Costco, is Costco ready? Costco not ready yet. Costco oversold, but it ain't ready yet. It's bouncing off the 50. That might push up now. I'm just looking for this specific strategy. Crocs is ready. I remember the Crocs looking at Crocs last night. Crocs looking ready to come back up. I'm gonna call Chloe on this one because we've played Crocs before and he hit crazy on Crocs when I called it. CRW. Oh, CrowdStrike. Now, CrowdStrike, this one may be, ooh, let me tell y'all. If this one hits y'all gotta all give me some Zelle. Y'all gotta send me some cash out. If anybody takes this CrowdStrike, y'all better give me some cash out. This thing is almost at a support level right here. This thing is all by myself. I'm stupid. Y'all see this gap? Oh man. That thing by itself. If this thing goes down even more, that's fine. But it's gonna come back up sooner than later. They didn't hit my standard deviation 3 yet though. Oh God, yes. And I'm really wondering, I might have to go do a little research to see why CrowdStrike dropped just like did this kind of move. But
That was because of they was part of the Microsoft issue with the airplanes and all of that. CrowdStrike was the security, was the data security company.
oh my. So this may okay. So because of that kind of news, I'm not even gonna because it was something news, I may not even play with it. But I'll see if it starts to move up. If it gives me a good pivot, I'll play it, saying that everything is fixed. They figured out everything. Now we can go proceed. But you know what's funny? I tell you, they like to play with people. I bet you they seen it coming, you know. I think this thing, stuff like this, I be having my conspiracy theories. Like they set this up on purpose, like a test to see how bad we can mess the world up. Because this was a global problem that happened yesterday. It's a big, big deal. Yeah, they still a good company. CrowdStrike is a great company. So yeah, the bounce back is going to be great, and this may indicate that bounce back. So we'll see what Carvana's saying. Carvana not ready. DDOG not ready. Dell, I think Dell was ready. Dell is about ready. I like where Dell is right now. Yeah, the Dell might be one. And like I said, I have to go through the option chains, and I will. Matter of fact, let me look at Dell real quick overall. AXP. Oh, I'm just not looking at the chat. Yeah, Dell is not bad as far as the spreads on the option chain. You just gotta pay a little bit of money. Now these are gonna be more expensive because like I said, with this strategy, he plays in the money, deep in the money. So it doesn't take long for him to make money. I can look at AXP real quickly at Dell. AXP. My AXP just gapped down like that. Oh, it had earnings. When it comes to earnings, I don't know. It just had earnings, but it's still pushing up. So it has to break this resistance and hold, like really hold that resistance. But it went higher, but then whatever news, earnings was the revenue jacked it up. But this could still be a bounce back. American Express is American Express, baby. It ain't going nowhere. All the EMAs are still pointing up, so this is still a buy. You're looking for a gap fill. Okay, you grab some August wholesale. You going? All right, you going to next month. Yeah, it's possible. It ain't hit the strategy yet, but if I ain't gonna lie, if American Express coming down here, I'm getting in on that there, brother. All right, I'm gonna go through a couple more. Let me know if y'all start to get bored and y'all want to get off. You know what I mean? We can do that. This ELF was a beauty company. This one is ready. It look like it's about ready. It look like it's ready. Oh, ELV is a health company in the health sector. This one is ready too. I hope y'all writing these tickets down. Y'all writing these tickets down? Because I ain't even put them on my list or nothing. Because I'm going to do it again. I'm going to go through all this again. I'm going to go A through Z. This one is almost ready, ENTG. It got earnings soon. And yo, let me tell y'all how he do it though. He'll buy deep in the money, and when he's up at least 30%, he'll do a neutral spread and buy puts at the money. So if it still goes up, he makes money. And he's not worried about that put. If it goes down, and like say it goes down a lot, he'll make money because he had that put. If it stays neutral, he makes money. I said, you was a slick mother sucker. Okay, I see you. But I'm still going through his videos, but I like his style, but you gotta have a little bit of money because with some of these, you know, you want to pay $500, $1,000 for one option contract, but it's something nice. But like I said, I'm just trying to equate it to where we can do it on, you know, an hourly 15-minute, you know, so we can do 0 DTEs 1 day out this week. But he does it, you know, like I said, a month, 2 months, 3 months out. So any questions? Anybody had anything you want to talk about? As I'm going through this, I like EW as well. FDX. Or it's at the bottom. These EMAs just crossed. This one don't even look that good. I don't even like it. This Futu look like it's about ready to come up. Oh, GoDaddy. Let me see what you talking about, GoDaddy. GoDaddy. Nothing ain't happening on GoDaddy. No. And you know what's funny? Just looking at a lot of these, you know, the 50s above the 100 is looking at them oversold, right? Look at the moves back up, like oversold. Even though this one had earnings, oversold and moved back up, oversold and moved back up. This one was kind of funny, but it still moved up for 2-3 days. So you still could have caught that 50 above the 100,
Yep.
stochastic oversold, move up. Stochastic 50 above the 100, stochastic oversold, move up. Like
Mhm.
these are stochastic over. I mean, are you seeing this, guys?
Yep. Both ways.
I mean, you can of course both ways with overbought too, but I'm just doing it based on the 50 above the 100 and using the stochastic as a buffer. Like,
Mhm.
wow. So for your options plays, I can definitely see this just working all very, very okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. So
You just got to be on the chart when it happens.
right. And you know, put your alerts on, you know, if you want to do alerts on a lower time frame, you know, maybe this is the daily, maybe on an hourly, say, hey, when I get a 617 cross back up, let me know, you know what I'm saying? Like something. Look, this is Google, right? So on a daily, the daily we oversold on the stochastic, right? But then when you go down to the hourly, right? Look at the RSI. Even though it says overbought here, that RSI is super oversold. And I'm just gonna be waiting. Maybe we'll get a double bottom, stochastic come down, and then we start to get that push up for that daily move back up. Even though that 50 and the 100 is crossing on the hourly, I want to see what happens. I want to see because this is a very funny place to be, but it's touching that 50 on the daily. And like I said, we in it for a good time, not for a long time. So I'm not saying that this is gonna push back up and make all-time highs again, but for the right now, it look like it wants to, you know, this is an uptrend and we're looking for that retracement. This will be a retracement at the 50 for our next push up.
Mhm.
It's possible. And because what we've seen over and over and over again with the stochastic being oversold with the 50 above the 100, that in itself makes it a good play. Let's look at Hilton. And me, I'm just now, it's not ready, but I'm just now like I'm looking back at these, and these are good spread plays and good options plays. Stochastic oversold, 50s above the 100, boom. So 50 above the 100, stochastic oversold, boom, 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 boom. This in itself is a strategy, y'all.
Yeah.
Boom. Boom. Look at this. Boom. Move up. Move up. Move. Wow. Okay. And this is, like I said, I want to see this on a weekly. I want to see this on an hourly on SPY and SPX, because now I can chill. I can say, all right, I can go to work and I can do some things. This isn't ready, but wow. 50 was above the 100. See how look, this is it crossed down a little bit, cross right back up. Look at this, 50 above the 100 outside the Keltner channel, stochastic oversold. Look at that move up on into it. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, Lily. Lily look like you might want to do something soon. And we got Microsoft on the list. Facebook is on the list.
Somebody wants you to do Russell.
Yeah, I saw the
Russell?
Russell on the list. It was a little further up.
The IWM?
What was it, IWM or
Oh, the
IWF? What's that?
IWF.
I thought it was IWF.
That's cool. I'm gonna look at the IWM too. It might be the same thing. Shit, IWM like you want to come on down some. I gotta be careful. The IWM looking like this is you gotta be real careful, because a lot of times this be leading on the low.
Mm-hmm.
It got
That
the
Russell's way on
damn.
out.
They're like a play right there. At least the
Mhm.
210, 209.
Hell yeah, it sure do. You look like you want to come down some, boy. Ooh. Like I said, I'm just gonna be patiently waiting. Patiently. None of these is to go up right this second. Maybe that Facebook. That Facebook like is ready. I might actually take it in if I'm up some percentage, buy a put on it, and I'm gonna buy it out for maybe a month or two. I like this Facebook right here. I ain't even gonna hold y'all.
You're looking at for the up or the down?
I like it for the up. I like it for the up, and if I'm up some percentage, I'm gonna hold a put as well and play it through earnings. And y'all heard me right. I said play it through earnings. If I'm up on percentage on the call, then I'm gonna buy a put at the money before earnings. Earnings is when? On Wednesday, the 31st. So I got a good week and a half. So if I get into this early enough before the IV starts to really start pumping up, then I'll be in this trade already, and I won't even care what happens with earnings, because if it goes up heavy, I'm already in the calls. If it goes down heavy, I have the puts, because I was already profitable in the calls, and I bought a put for a hedge. And by the time it goes into earnings, whatever it do, I should make money. Shit, I be learning, man. I have to tell you, always. You heard what Jeff said today. Always be learning.
I think they dropped it down low enough for it to start pushing up, going into earnings.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And then if it explodes, I'm already in calls, and I don't care what happened to those puts. You know what I'm saying? But if we gap down, like this one here, I'm still gonna make money. Or I'm gonna be, at least I'm hedged. So I'm gonna be good regardless. Hopefully, let's see what happens. Shit. This is my first time doing it. But I'll play with it. I'll throw a couple dollars at it. This is consolidating. Marvel is consolidating like a mug. Okay. But yeah, so I created the screen. I'm gonna stop the recording now. It's been well over an hour, so I can always holler at me on Discord, Screener Steve. And then me and the team is gonna keep going.
See Netflix on there. I just got my ass whooped with them.